mystery friends. Come on in. Let me get over here where I could see your lovely comments so that we can talk to each other. Hello. If you can hear me, give me a thumbs up in the comments, or just let me know you can hear me. Put a yes in the comments. Hopefully, I can see my internet's kind of glitching. Hopefully, it doesn't glitch this whole time because that was so annoying when it did it the last time. Anyway, thank you for being here to celebrate my 20th mystery. Yay! No, I cannot believe that I've written hi from Idaho, Jesse. 20 mysteries. I did not ever expect to write 20 mysteries. I set this journey out as a dare to myself and thought maybe in my lifetime. Hi, Melanie. Maybe in my lifetime I would maybe write 3 books total, not 20 mysteries. Oh, good. I'm glad it's all good. Thank you. So it's quite shocking for me to be here. So much so that I bought a fascinator for the event. It's on this side, Sarah. Looking in my camera, I get all confused. But I've got my fancy party hat on. Thank you, Melanie. It's so exciting to be here with you guys and to be part of such a cool community. But yes, I'm so excited to get rolled out. It's book 8 in the Paranormal Penny Mystery series, but it is my 20th mystery. It's actually not my 20th book, but just my 20th mystery. And I'm just thrilled that you guys are here. Let me take a drink of my coffee because I'm just buzzing with excitement. Isn't it cute? Look, it's got little bats on it. Oh. So we're going to hang out today. We're going to play some games. We're going to do like some giveaways for like little keychains and stickers and fun things for penny stuff. And I've got some, hi, Serena. I've got some, what do I call it? Like psychological quizzes for us to take to tell us a little bit about our character. I thought that would be really fun. It's something that I used to do when I would go out to have coffee with friends. I would be silly and we would ask all kinds of random questions and yeah, it's bats. You're funny. So I have a little book here that has some of these quizzes in it and we'll take a couple. Hey, how you doing? Oh, it's so cool that you guys are here. I'm so excited. I plan to stay on for 2 hours, but we'll see what happens. I talk way too fast. And the more you guys talk to me, the more you ask me questions, the longer we'll go. So we'll see. We'll button down and see what happens. I've got my dice here to help me choose winners when I have little prizes to give away. Unfortunately, most of my prizes are going to be for the US. I can sometimes ship to Canada, but 50% of the time they ship it back and I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I'm actually going to go someplace and go, what did I do wrong? So I know with my last book, I sent them stickers and a bookmark and it came back twice. So I must be doing something wrong. But look at these dice. These are my D&D dice. I've only played let me see if I can find one that shows you it better. I've only played it once, but I really like dice. Look, let's see if you guys can see it. I have to get really close to the camera. Do you see it in there? It's a little tiny skeleton. It's a skull and it has rosebuds on it. And then the other dice, like they have little skull and crossbones on them, but they're little hearts. See if I can get it in the. Aren't those cute? They're so silly, so cute. And I loved. Don't think I actually impressed my kids, but I loved having them out there for my kids to see because they're like, Mom, you're crazy. But yeah, so but that was pretty fun. So we'll get to those later for all our little cool merchandise, or swag and stuff like that. And then I do have a big prize for people who have bought rolled and send the receipt to the email address that's scrolling at the bottom of the video. That's for replay people too. You guys can enter too. I'm not going to draw a winner until the 25th. And that's for a t-shirt, a penny t-shirt. So with this little guy on it. Isn't he cute? Look at the raven. I haven't seen him so cute before. I love how he's retro, but he's, with the music and everything. Okay, so let's see. I'm just so excited. I get so excited. I plan out all this stuff, make all these notes, and then when I get on here, I just babble like a crazy person. Because not even like a crazy person. There's crazy people are shouldn't I shouldn't dog on them. I just babble. That's what you love the Raven, isn't he sweet? He's so cute and pudgy, and he's got like some purple in him. I like him. I like him a lot. And then the pin, I've got a pin, which is the cassette tape to go with the boombox. And then one of the prizes is a keychain. I think I'll be giving away like 3 or 4 of these keychains tonight. But yeah, so much fun. So much fun. So let's see. My day has been crazy. I had planned to do all this stuff to help me relax and help me enjoy the day and help me celebrate. And I was going to go get myself dessert, but I've had way too much dessert recently. And I'm going to have, it's rad. Yeah, it's rad. I've had way too much dessert recently. So I decided I'm having some this weekend. So I purposely staved off the dessert, even though I was at a great place to get it. I went on a field trip with our homeschool today, and it was bittersweet. We had a great time. We went to a pumpkin patch and like an apple farm. And where we live, they do like colonial kind of field trips there. You can reenact the Civil War. You can reenact the Revolutionary War. You can see what it was like to live in the colonies. You can eat meals like that. This weekend, I'm going to go see a live show of The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. That's going to be super fun. But it's up in like a mountainous area or a hilly mountainous area. And when we drove up there, it was cold. So yes, Riley's Farms. Yes, that's where I was going. I love Riley's Farm. Yes. So that's where we're going this weekend for my anniversary. Yes, exactly. And it was so foggy and mysterious and beautiful looking. I swear I'm standing like where I don't know if you guys can't even see the distance. I'm just going to point to something in my room like you can see it. But I'm standing at the edge of the pumpkin patch, and my daughter, who is 18, so she's not little, thank you, Jessie, she's big, is out there maybe 6 rows of pumpkins away from me, but it's so foggy I can barely see her. It was so fun and so mysterious and cold, perfect for coffee. They have a little tavern there. It was closed because of an event that was happening. But if I could write anywhere, that's where I would write, is in their tavern, but only on these kinds of days, on these cold, wet, misty, foggy days. I would love to sit in their tavern when they have their fireplace going and write, because I get so quiet, but then, oh, it's just awesome. But that's what we did today. So that took up a big chunk of my day. Then I had to go get my husband an anniversary present because I almost forgot. Because that's how I am. Thank you. That's how I am. I forget everything unless it's sitting right in front of me. And then I think I got maybe like a 10-minute little snooze in to try to get some of the puffy to go away, and then got ready for the party. And so I'm living on this. And then when this runs out, I have a Diet Dr. Pepper sitting right here waiting for me. Are you guys like that? Do you guys have more than one drink going at a time? I usually have 3. I usually have something hot and then something bubbly and water. Would you guys do that, or is that just a me thing? I'm already wearing my voice out. So that's what I did today. So it was a lot of fun. It was bittersweet because it was my daughter's first field trip of high school. Ooh. That's hot and water. You usually have something hot and water. Yeah. And I'm having not a hard time letting go, but let's just say things are happening much more quickly than I anticipated them happening. Or a fancy drink and water. Fancy drink. Yes. Sometimes that could be anything, Jessie. Fancy drink. Yep. You do all those drinks too. Yep. That's how it is with me. But just water. Awesome. I wish I could be like that. I don't know. I don't know if it's something up with my brain or what. But I have 3 things going at a time. And they won't all be sitting in the same spot. they're all over my house. I just know where they are most of the time, except for when I'm looking for them. So it's a hard time having her graduate high school. If you guys are new and don't know much about me, I'm a homeschool mom. So it's my last baby. She's graduating this year, and I'm hoping that means I'll have a whole lot of more time to write, but it's also kind of just unsettling to know that some of these things are your lasts, and what a blessing it is to know it's the last. Oh, thanks. Thanks. But it's such a blessing to know that it's the last one, right? It's not sneaking up on me. There hasn't been a tragedy that pulled away what would have been the last one. So I'm very blessed to have it, but it was kind of a weird day. Kind of a weird day. Okay, so let's get our first giveaway going. So I am going to roll, let's see. I'm going to roll where's my 4? I'm going to roll my 4. No, I'm going to roll my 6. I'm going to roll my 6 dice. And you guys, kids grow up way too fast. Yes, I knew that too. I knew that. Everybody tells you that. And I really took that to heart. And I tried to save every single day as best as I could. But man, it still went really fast. So I'm going to roll my 6 dice. Go ahead and make a guess of what you think it's going to land on. And whoever gets it right will be my first winner. They'll get my first keychain. We'll do a keychain right away. I'll probably send you more than just the keychain, but I have limited keychains. So make your guesses before I roll it. I love dice. Dice are so relaxing to me. Any guesses? So it's 1 through 6. Take a guess. So 4 and 3s. Okay, let's see. It's 3. So Serena, you're the winner of my keychain. Go ahead and send me an email right here. I'm all circling it with my mouse like you can see it. Send me an email at the email address scrolling at the bottom. It's sarah@sarahwalde.com. And let me know you want a keychain. 2. Okay, I'm going to wait next time. I think I went too fast. I'll give it longer between it next time, Melanie. I'll make sure you get in next time. But yeah, so send me an email telling me you want a keychain, and I'll probably send you more than that, but you will get a keychain for sure. Oh, and your address, because I'll need to know where to send it. Anyway, so let's try one of our psych evaluations. You might want a pen and a pencil. I mean, a pen and paper or pencil and paper, because some of these things you might want to write down what you are, what your answer is. Some of them are, I don't know which one I'm going to open to. I've got like 5 in here ready to go. Some of them you just have to hold it in your head, but I don't remember. Somebody on this call has played these with me before. I don't know if you remember playing these with me. Oh, thanks, Melanie. Okay, so let's see. So if you got your paper and pencil, let's see. All right. Yay, quizzes. Yes, I love quizzes. Okay. This is going to be a scenario, and then you're going to answer one of 4 answers. And I have done these, but I've done these so long ago. I mean, I think I was pregnant with my oldest the last time I played these. So we're looking at 21 years ago. So I don't remember the answers. So I'm going to be playing alongside you guys. If you want to share your answers, you're more than welcome to. But if you want to keep them private, there's go ahead and keep them private if you want to. Okay, let's see. Imagine a clear blue sky without a cloud in sight. Just thinking about it should give your spirits a little lift. Now, turn your mind's eye down to survey the landscape. Which of the following scenes? Bye, Melanie. Thanks for coming. Which of the following scenes feels the most calming and relaxing to you? 1, a white snowy plain. 2, a blue seascape. 3, a green mountain. Or 4, a field of yellow flowers. So I'll read the whole thing again just in case, because I know I read too fast when I get excited. So imagine a clear blue sky without a cloud in sight. Just thinking about it should give your spirits a little lift. Now turn your mind's eye down to survey the landscape. Which of the following scenes feels the most calming and relaxing to you? 1, a white snowy plain. 2, a blue seascape. 3, a green mountain. Or 4, a field of yellow flowers. Okay. So I'm going to give you a minute. If you need me to read the answers again, let me know. Let me write down my answer because I'm going to go with this one. Oh, yours is 4, Jesse? A field of yellow flowers. I thought, Jesse, field of yellow flowers. Yeah, mine is the Green Mountain. It's number 3, the Green Mountain is what makes me feel the most relaxed. But at the same time, 4, definitely the yellow. Yeah. I don't know. What's scary to me is if I'm looking down at a mountain, I've got to be pretty high up, right? So I'm like, I want the green without the altitude. So I'm horrible at these quizzes because I always have a caveat or a condition that will make it perfect. Okay, so let's see what they mean. The color blue has power to soothe the soul. Even a blue image in the mind can slow the pulse and make you take a deep breath. Other colors have significance too. The scene you pictured contrasted against the clear blue sky reveals a hidden talent that resides in the depths of your untroubled mind. You're a 2, Serena. Okay. So we'll go in order. We'll go 1. Nobody said 1, but for the replayers who said 1, here we go. A white snowy plain. You are blessed with a special sensitivity that allows you to comprehend situations at a glance and decipher complex problems without needing any proof or explanation. You have what it takes to be a clear-sighted decision maker, and even something of a visionary. Always trust your first intuitions. They will guide you well. So that was number 1, a white snowy plain. Number 2, a blue seascape. You have a natural talent for interpersonal relations. People respect your ability to communicate with others and the way you help bring diverse groups together. Just by being around, you help others work more smoothly and efficiently. You make an invaluable member of any project or team. When you say nice job, keep up the good work, people know you mean it. So it means that much more to them. That's awesome. That's a great one. Okay, a green mountain. So that's me. I'm scared to read it. Your gift is for expressive communication. Oh, you always seem to be able to find the words to express the way you feel. People soon realize it's exactly how they are feeling too. They say that joy shared is multiplied, while shared grief is divided. You always seem to help others find the right side of that equation. I'm not sure if that's true, but it was interesting. Okay, so here we go. Here's 4, a field of yellow flowers. You are a storehouse of knowledge and creativity, bursting with ideas and almost infinite potential. Keep attuned to the feelings of others and never stop working on building your dreams. And there's nothing you cannot achieve. That's awesome. Way to go, guys. That was fun. So we've got interpersonal relationships here and storehouses of knowledge and creativity. Awesome. Yeah, see, I knew I liked you guys. We'll do another one in a minute. Oh my goodness. Does that sound like you? That was pretty fun. We used to play those things all the time when I would go to coffee shops or whatever. I'd play with those with my friends. They would get really annoyed. Another thing I used to do is I used to just in the random middle of a sentence just go, okay, tell me a secret. And they would just like stutter. And that's the first time I realized that my brain isn't like typical brains in that they would be like, I'm not thinking of anything right now. And I'd be like, me? It was very you? That's awesome. And my brain was always going. My brain just is not quiet. And I'm not saying that as like a flex or a good thing. It's just constantly going. I think sometimes I wake up in the middle of arguments with myself. Okay. So what else did I have on here? Okay. So I'm going to give some little penny quizzes and see who knows their penny stuff. Okay. So if you're watching from the replay, do a couple things for me real quick. Make sure you're subscribed and answer this question in the comments. And we'll see which one of you will win a keychain if you're watching in the replay. Okay. So here we go. What book does Penny Nichols make her first appearance? In what book does Penny Nichols make her first appearance? It's a trick question. So I'll just tell you that ahead of time. But anyway, so Penny, I can't believe Penny. So this is book 8, but then there's the 2 shorts. So there's 10 Penny stories out there. That blows my mind of thinking. That blows my mind because I did when I was dreaming of Penny, I thought, okay, I have a certain number of books of Penny in my head that I believe I'm going to finish. But it felt like it would take centuries to get to them. Let's see. And I published Grounded in 2020. So it's been 4 years. So that's about what, 2.25 a year? Oh, so she's not gonna be too much longer, maybe. We'll see. So does anybody know the first book that Penny made an appearance in? Yes, it's in the Honey Pot series. Yes. Yep, Honey Pot series. It's right and wronged. Oh, I probably shouldn't have said that. For the replayers. Be honest with me if you knew. But yeah, it's right and wronged, the Honey Pot mystery series. I just won't that book was so hard and so fun to write. I loved putting the main character in danger. I think that's one of my favorite things to do is get them in all kinds of danger and trouble. I don't think they like me very much. If we met in real life, I'm sure my main characters would be like, you have some explaining to do, Sarah. Why do you do this to me? But that was a really fun book to write, knowing because in my heart, I was like, I'm not going to write Penny 1. You love that one, Jesse? I'm not going to write Penny 1 until that book is written. And so Penny 1 was already nestled and growing in my heart when I wrote that one. And I had to get that one done first. And so it was really hard not to rush. I wanted to really slow down and give it all love and attention because it was the first time I was writing Penny. And Penny, I've been talking about Penny for 6 years now. My kids help me a great deal. I know I've shared that before. They've named her. They help me think of songs. In fact, Rolled has a special dedication to it. That's a question I can give you. That's a quiz I can give you. Enrolled, who is Rolled dedicated to? And I believe if you go on Amazon and look at the inside peek, it will tell you, but I'm not for sure. I haven't tested it yet. But it's dedicated not just to one person, but it's dedicated to multiple people because I had special help with Rolled coming up with the songs that were going to be the clues enrolled. I had a very enthusiastic team helping me figure out what songs would match the theme of Rolled because it takes place at like a gaming convention. And I really wanted songs that matched the mood. But of course, Penny's songs are usually older. I think her newest song was, I think Baby Shark is probably her newest song that appears in one of her books. But I wanted it to be like a little bit retro, like her music usually is. But I wanted it to fit the vibe of a gaming convention with both board games and video games intermingling. So I had assistants and they are in the dedication. So that's my next Penny trivia is if you know who Rolled is dedicated to, let me know in the comments. YouTube replayers, this one, maybe this one I will keep my mouth shut and see how many people get it right. and then you might get a special comment from me if you get it right. But I had a lot of fun writing Rolled. I really like the cover. I don't know if you guys can see the cover of Rolled very clear up here, and I can never point to the right spot. Okay, go across my body. There we go. There's Rolled. I don't know if you can see it that good. And this one is a proof, so it's got the not for resale on it. The Murphy Girls. Yeah. Yep. You have the book open. There you go. So that's the cover. I love the cover. I love the like gaming gear in the back. It reminds me of my son and my daughter and my nephew who all love video games. The Murphy Girls help me. The Murphy Girls are, I think, 14 and 16, and they helped me along with their mom figure out the songs that would be in this book. And I'm so excited. I've got the not proof version ready to give them along with their own little keychains and everything. But yeah, the Murphy Girls, they're so sweet. They're so sweet. But yeah, they helped me a lot. So that was fun. Another thing I did differently in this one, you guys tell me what you think about it, is Penny's been around, for a while now. And so I started adding an introduction. And I think, Penny has your hair color. Yay. Good. Finally, right? It's taken her long enough to get there. That's awesome. I'm so glad. Now I'll always remember that it has your hair color. That's awesome. I'm actually going to write that down in my book. This one I'm planning to give away, so I'm not going to write in it, but I'm going to write in my other one right here. Actually, let me put this one down so I don't demolish it and get the other one. There we go. Yeah, so I started writing an introduction at the beginning, and I think I might go back and put the introduction in the books, like from book maybe 3 and on. I know in book 3 I did write a minor introduction, but it's not this detailed. And I've been getting a lot of feedback from beta readers and reviewers and stuff telling me how much they liked the introduction because it didn't spoil anything, but it helped them dive into the story faster without so many questions. So I'm just going to read that to you, and you guys tell me if you think I should include an introduction in the past books. I can go back and add that in, but I think I'm definitely going to include it in the new books. Unless you guys tell me it's horrible, don't do it. So it says, Penny first lets readers into her life in the book Grounded, book 1 of the Paranormal Penny Mystery series. You can get her to know her best by starting there. If you prefer to start here, there are a few things you should know. Penny can see death and disaster coming via the Raven of Death and his henchman Omens. After an Omen sighting, she receives clues in the form of songs and lyrics. From soundtracks to ringtones, no musical medium is safe. That means each Paranormal Penny episode comes with its very own soundtrack. And here's the playlist for Rolled. Plug it into the music app of your choice and hear what Penny hears as the clues get twisted and the mystery heats up. And then it lists the songs, which are, for this book, it's Since You've Been Gone by Rainbow, Carrie by Europe, Come Sail Away by Styx, Separate Ways by Journey, and It's the End of the World as We Know It by REM. And I know I've had multiple readers want me to stick that one in a Penny, but it's the end of the world. What's Penny going to do if it's the end of the world? So this book, you get to see what she does when that song comes up. But I thought the introduction would be nice. I also wanted to give the people an opportunity to listen to the songs and have it laid out in such a way that they don't have to go searching through the actual manuscript to find the song and the artist. So listing them out plainly like that in the front, I thought would be fun because then they can listen to it and get the same clues. Because I ran into because the songs are a lot of the songs are more retro. I ran into people not knowing or have ever heard of the songs that I'm using. And that's fine. I love bringing more information to readers and stuff. I like getting them to share you like the song list? Good. I like sharing old things that I like, or most of the songs that I use are songs that mean something to me or were fun for me as a younger person or meant something to one of my family members. They're important. And so getting them to be recirculated is fun to me. That's really fun to me. Yeah. I think it'd be really fun to have Penny be like, I don't know, like episodes or a mini series. I would love to hear the songs. In fact, when I write them, that's what it's like in my brain. Is it's like I'm watching a mini series. And so I try to fit the song in with how I think the characters will be feeling as well. And like, especially this book, when she does hear It's the End of the World as We Know It. No, you're not dating yourself, Serena. I know those songs too. Hey, but like I said, the people who helped me find those songs were 14 and 16. So they're coming back around. You dig the playlist too. Good. Good. Yeah, I think I'm going to go back into earlier books and add it into. It's just a little snippet. It's nothing too major. It's not enough to distract from the book it's not giving you more information than the book itself is going to give you. It just starts you off so that you don't have to ask why as the mystery unfolds. Although I do try to explain it as we go along. It's just I think it makes it a little bit more fun just to dig in. But yeah, so you like it. Good. I'm glad you like it. Yes. There was a song I didn't know, Since You've Been Gone by Rainbow. I didn't know it was by Rainbow, but I knew the song. I couldn't place who the artist was. But yeah, so I thought those would fit like kind of a gaming kind of style for all ages of gamers. I thought that was going to be pretty fun. All right. Shall we do another one? Let's see what I can find. All right. This one is about bubbles. Let me take this one off because we already did that one. See, I'm like just dog-earing the pages. Yes, I'm not horrible of a person that I dog-ear my books. Oh, okay. Can you still remember those long summer days when school was out? You had no responsibilities, and there was nothing but time from when you woke up till the sun finally went down. Time for play and adventure, time to daydream and roam, hours to spend on childhood diversions like flying kites, watching clouds, blowing bubbles. Imagine you are out again on a childhood summer's day, blowing bubbles in an open field. Which of the following best describes the scene you imagined? Okay, you ready? 1, the bubbles you blow float away high into the sky. Hold on, I just lost my voice. 2, you are blowing hundreds of tiny bubbles through your plastic ring. 3, you're concentrating on blowing a single enormous bubble. 4, the bubbles you make are carried behind you on the breeze. Okay, I'll go over those again. So you're in the field and you're blowing bubbles. What do you see? Okay, what did you imagine? 1, that the bubbles you blow float high away into the sky. 2, you are blowing hundreds of tiny bubbles through your plastic ring. 3, you're concentrating on blowing a single enormous bubble. Or 4, the bubbles you make are carried behind you on the breeze. And I'm going to be honest, I'm reading this and I didn't picture anything. What is that going to say? So Jesse, you have the bubbles are carried away behind you on the breeze. Serena, you have the tiny bubbles. Okay. Do you guys remember that song? Tiny Bubbles. Do you remember the commercial too that they brought the song back for? What was that? It was probably about some disgusting champagne or something. I remember that from the 80s. 1, you imagined the bubbles float high away into the sky. Okay. Give us a couple more minutes or seconds. Yes, you remember that commercial, Jesse? Okay. All right. Are you ready to see what it means? Let's see what it means. All right. The shimmering bubbles you blow in your imagination are symbols of your hopes and dreams. What does that mean that I didn't see anything? It just means I'm busy. I know. The scene you described reveals how you think about the dreams you hope someday will come true. 1, if your bubbles If the bubbles you blow float away high into the sky, you see your own dreams as elusive and unattainable, flying away from you like soap bubbles on the wind. Maybe you're wishing for too much too soon or are caught up in an impossible fantasy. Whatever the case may be, the gap between your dreams and reality is wide. As much as you may like to tell others of your grand schemes and plans for the future, somewhere inside yourself is a voice telling you just how fragile and fleeting those dreams are. Did anybody do one? Oh no. Okay, well, I'm going to be cheering you on that your dreams are much more attainable than these bubbles. 2. Let's see who did 2. Okay, yes. It's true. No. Nope. It's not going to be true for long. I'm going to be praying about it. So 2. You are blowing hundreds of tiny bubbles through your plastic ring. You set your sights on the immediate attainables. New clothes, a car, a boyfriend or girlfriend. Your dreams are sensible and always within your reach. Decide what it is you want most in the world and work for it. If you chase everything at once, you stand a good chance of ending up empty-handed. Oh, I thought this one would be uplifting, but that's how it always works with me. Maybe that's why I saw nothing. 3, you're concentrating on blowing a single enormous bubble. You have a single all-important dream or ambition that drives your entire life. Hold on to that desire and keep striving toward your goal. Given time, you'll see that it's not far from your grasp. That one's pretty cool. 4, the bubbles you make are blown behind you on the breeze. Your disappointing experience with unfulfilled hopes and dreams in the past shapes how you think today. But the experience of chasing after and losing a few dreams along the way was all just training for you as you make new goals for the future. Don't be afraid to keep dreaming. The only people who never fail, are those who never try. Well, that one wasn't as uplifting, but we can keep trying. We can keep trying for our dreams. This I'm starting to think maybe not seeing something was a bad sign. No, Jesse. But it was uplifting at the end. Keep dreaming. I like to think of them as a training ground. That was a good thing, having your dreams not quite work out. I know I live there. I mean, I've written 20 mysteries and I'm so proud of myself and excited, and I love my characters and I love my community, but it doesn't mean there aren't dreams that haven't made it. I think we all deal with that. Let me see if I could find a more upbeat one for the next one. There's one about jobs. Let's see. Because now I'm scared to do more. Let's see. Adrift on the breeze. Okay, we'll do this one later. But if they're true, I mean, it's kind of neat. They're fun. I mean, I know that they're kind of vague in their answer, like in a kind of fortune cookie kind of way, but there's always a little nugget that just gets me for these games. They're so much fun. I remember playing it once with my husband and a group of friends, and there was one about it's raining and you're standing there with like your 3 closest friends, and one of them has an umbrella and one of them is in a yellow raincoat and one of them is in a blue raincoat. And whoever you put like in the blue raincoat is your best friend, is like your best buddy. And it just so happened that my friend and her husband put each other in blue raincoats. So they called each other their raincoat buddies, and they would just tease each other. Oh, you're my raincoat buddy. But that was a long, long time ago. But yeah, raincoat buddies. Okay, let's see if you guys know anything else about Penny. Where did I put my questions? Oh, yeah. Do you guys know Raincoat Buddies? Yes. Do you guys know the first song to appear in any Penny Nicols book? What the first song was that appeared in Penny Nicols book? It would be in Grounded, so you don't have to go back to the Honey Pot series, but what's the first song that happened? And once you guys guess, I'll tell you why I picked that song. I think I've explained it before, but I'll explain it again just for fun. Just for fun. So I have some cool, while you guys are trying to figure that out, I have some cool things coming up. I'm currently writing, thinking face. I'm currently writing, well, I'm part of a writing challenge. So I don't know how many of you guys are writers. I know a couple of you are, but I used to do NaNoWriMo, but there's been a lot of controversy around NaNoWriMo in the last like 6 months, year. And so I don't think I'm going to participate in it this year. I don't know. I haven't done enough research to stake a claim on what I believe with NaNoWriMo yet, but I've just decided to steer clear for it for the time being. I think there's enough drama going on that I don't want to be part of another drama happening. So instead, I am doing a challenge with writer Kate Kavanaugh on YouTube and Sarah Cannon on YouTube. And Kate Kavanaugh's, I'm doing both of them. They both have the same goal for me. Sarah Cannon's is adjustable for you, and Kate Kavanaugh's is the goal I'm going to be trying to do. So I'm going to use both to cheer myself on because it's to write 100,000 words in the 4th quarter. Now, for me, I'm a pretty slow writer compared to some other writers, especially writers of cozy mysteries that just seem to like push them out. I can't do that. My brain gives up on me and just leaves me hanging. But writing, and especially because when I write, like Penny are usually like 30,000 words. They're short. I like to think of them as not an episodic, but little episodes at the same time. It's not the same as an episodic series. It kind of is, but I like to think of them as episodes. So I write them short enough because I want people to be able to binge a couple on a weekend. Does that make sense? I want you to be able to to pick up Grounded, like in my head, in my dream. I want to see all these people grabbing Grounded and reading it and not being able to wait to read the next one. And then they read the next one and then having just enough time to finish the next one. And then, realizing that there was a little half one in between there. And maybe they could sneak that on during a lunch break or something. That's how I see Pennies. That's why I write them so short. My other order too, I'm kind of a short book writer. Honeypot mystery series are about average. They're low end average word count. But when I'm done with one story, my brain needs a big break. So this 100,000 word challenge is going to be a big challenge for me because it's going to be a lot of, yes, you got it, Serena. Yeah. Yes, that was it. That was the song. Yep. That one. Anyway, I'll talk about the 100 and then I'll talk about Last Kiss. But that challenge, I'm not sure I can stop one book and then go right on swiping pages on your Kindle to find the answer. That makes me happy. I'm not sure if I'll be able to switch between books so quickly. I know right now I'm writing Massage and Murder Mystery number 4. Actually, right now I'm writing number 4. I'm almost done with it. And then my plan is to write the next Penny. And he skimmed. That's awesome. That makes me happy. So you guys get the first to know that I am planning to release another Penny in 2025, at least one. So I'm planning to write her next, but I don't know if my brain can stop writing one person and jump onto the next person without a break. And given that I'm supposed to trying to do this in 3 months, use your resources. I don't know what I'll be able to do. Like I'm really nervous that I won't be able to make the word count. I'm doing good right now. I'm on target and then some, but I'm not sure. I'm still in the middle of my first book for the challenge. The hard part will be flipping to the next one. And then the hardest part will be flipping to the next one because pennies are short. So yeah, but I'm really excited for the next that Rolled is awesome. I'm not dogging Rolled, but I'm always looking forward to the next penny because I know what's coming and I'm just so excited to get what's coming going. If that makes any sense. I'm like, let's get this party started. Oh, thank you. Yes. It's going to be a hard challenge for me, but I am super excited about it. Plus, given that it's my girl's senior year, if I could write 3 stories, 3 first drafts right now, then that means I could spend the rest of the year with her just editing, and editing takes a lot less of my energy because I farm it out. I pay people to do a lot of it. Revising takes energy, but it doesn't take as much energy as creating to me. So that means I'll have more energy to give her if she needs more energy. But things are happening so fast here, so fast here that it looks like my little one might actually wind up getting work before she graduates. And I was not expecting that, which will give mom more weird downtime, which will be strange. But okay, so Last Kiss. Last Kiss is one of my favorite songs, but it's one of my favorite songs for a lot of sentimental reasons. One, when we were little, my mom used to have a cassette tape, and this cassette tape, I don't even know if it exists anymore. I might cry, but it is a cassette tape of my uncle who has passed, and my uncle who's still alive, and my grandmother singing together. And one of the songs they sing is Last Kiss, and that was like one of my favorite songs to hear him sing was Last Kiss. And yeah, I released Penny in 2020. My my uncle died quite a while before that, but oh goodness, but my grandmother died in 2020. So she never got to meet Penny. She would read my books for me. They weren't her style, but she likes much more gritty things. This is the grandmother who would talk true crime with me before Forensic Files even existed. Sorry, I gotta take a drink because I've got a sadness in my throat. But yeah, she would come from Texas, and she would do our makeup, me and my sister. She'd do our makeup, and she'd put on huge like Lee press on nails on us. We're little girls, little, like probably 10 and under. And we would drink Clearly Canadians thinking like we were the poop. We were awesome drinking these Clearly Canadians with our makeup and our nails on and perfume on. And we would sit on the back porch, and she would be in the porch swing with my mom, and they would be discussing how to get away with murder. Literally, how to commit the perfect murder, what you would do with the body, all this stuff. And this is some of my favorite memories. And so knowing that cassette was such a big part of my childhood, listening to them sing, I Clearly Canadian equals fancy drink. Yes, it does. I had to put it in a penny. I had to make it the first song because especially the same year that I lost my grandmother, I was just like, okay, this song means so much. And just singing it in the car with my mom and my sister, I love it. I love the song. I love it by the original singers, which my brain, of course, I know who they are, and my brain won't let me brain it right now. Or listening to it sung by Pearl Jam. I like the Pearl Jam version too. Those are good. But hearing my uncle sing it was the best ever. And so yeah, that's why I chose Last Kiss for my first Penny Nicols song. In fact, the year that we lost my grandmother was, it was 2020. It was full of 2020ness. But after I lost her, I could not write murder for a while, and Penny was my next to do. Like, Penny was it. That was the year I was supposed to write Penny and get her started and get her journey going. But I couldn't write murder for I would say 6 months. It was really hard for me to write death. So I went on this weird sci-fi tangent and wrote a sci-fi book, which will probably never ever see the light of day, but it was so fun to write. And it helped me heal a lot of it. It helped me remember that I still liked writing, that I didn't have to give up that part of my dreams. Um, but yeah, so yeah, that's why I know I missed some comments on here. I saw them while I was reading. Let me scan real quick. Oh, the Janet De Leon Misfortune series. Yes. Yes. And she has intros to some of hers, right? Like after book like 12, she has little intros in hers. And I noticed, like, I remember old TV series like Chuck, they would have intros, and Pushing Daisies, they would have intros to catch up people. So I thought a little intro shouldn't hurt anything, and it might get people more interested in it at the very beginning. I love that Penny has soundtracks. And I want to share that with people as soon as I can. I don't want them to have to get into the book first and then um yeah, then discover it has a soundtrack. Okay, let's try another quiz, shall we? Let's see. Which one is this? Okay, we'll try this one. All right. Let's hope it's not depressing. But no. Dreams are just that, dreams, and they sometimes fail, but we get back up, right? Find new ones and keep going. All right. When you think of a bat, the first images that spring to mind are probably dark caves, night skies, and blood-sucking monsters. But although they're an object of many fears and superstitions, bats have another secret side. Despite their wings, they are mammals like us and nurse their young with caring and affection. And though they look fierce, the society of bats is more peaceful than our own. So the next time you see a bat flitting overhead, think that it may be looking down with the same fascination and dread that you feel. You are lost in a deep cavern, wandering through a vast network of winding passages. As you search for the way back to the surface, a bat flies up and whispers something in your ear. Which of the following does the mysterious creature say? 1, I know where the exit is. 2, let me show you the way out. 3, keep looking. Or 4, you're never, ever going to get out of here. I know what mine is. I'm writing it down. I love you guys. Yep. We just keep getting back up. 2, Jesse, yours is 2. Let me read the answers again. 1 is, I know where the exit is. 2 is, let me show you the way out. 3 is, keep looking. And 4 is, you're never, ever going to get out of here. Another 2. My coffee's almost gone. It's another 2. It's almost time for me to pop open my Diet Dr. Pepper. And get it to where it's not going to fall and smash. Oh, as I knock Edgar Allan Poe over. Oh, I'm spilling everything over. This is my picture of Vertigo. Stay. And then there's Edgar Allan Poe. And then there's my raven. There we go. Got it all. Oh, you like my ring? Thank you. It was my grandmother's ring. So I wear it for fun and good luck in it. I don't know. We'll get to the quiz in a second. I know my hands are starting to look old, but I like that they look old. Isn't that weird? I don't know. I like it. I'm like, ooh, they look old and fascinating. Like they've done amazing things. All right. We'll go to number 2. My answer was number 2 as well. It was, let me show you the way out. Okay. So we're all in good company so far. We're all 2s. If you answered and you're not a 2, we still love you. But here we go. In this scenario, the magical bat serves as a symbol of guidance and aid for those lost and struggling. By imagining what the bat might say to you, you give an important glimpse at the way you yourself respond to others in need of your assistance. Oh, this is cool. If you answered number one, I know where the exit is, you tend to be something of a busybody and a know it all. There's no question that you're always willing to lend a hand or a bit of advice, but you sometimes try to help when it's not needed and end up looking like a meddler. If you answered number two, let me show you the way out. Your big heart and selflessness serve as a shining example for others. People sense your strength and caring and are comforted just knowing you're around when their problem arises. Oh, that's my people. High five. 3, keep looking. You keep your distance out of respect for others' space. That's a good one too. It's not like you're unhelpful, but you only give the absolute minimum when asked for advice and generally encourage people to work things out on their own. And that principle is non-interference may be the best long-term approach in helping others find their way to maturity and independence. All of these have really good angles to them. 4, you're never, ever going to get out of here. When you see somebody who's down, your first impulse is to kick. Yeah, 3 sounds good too. It may be natural to feel a certain pleasure at other people's misfortune, but that doesn't make it good. Your attitude isn't going to win you many friends or help you keep the ones you have. Watch out. Yeah, if a magical bat flew up to me and I'm lost in a cavern and it's like, you're never, ever going to find your way out, I'd probably just sit down. Just sit down and start crying. I would already be crying and blubbering the whole way through that cave. I am not a brave person. In my author bio, it says that I'd be snuffed out by chapter 2. I'm about to open my soda. It's going to make noise. So, sorry. And that's totally true. I would totally be snuffed out, mostly because I would just give up and freak out and probably run into something by accident because that's how I am. But that's so cool. We were all 2s. What are the odds of that? Maybe it's pretty high. I don't know. I didn't write the quiz. So let's see. So I have my writing challenge that I'm doing from October to December, and I'm going to try to get it done before Christmas. So that even cuts me down like a week. I'm trying to get it done by the 23rd because that's when a lot of our Christmas festivities begin in our family. So I'm going to try to get it done by then. Other thing I do is I try to take what I call like a Sabbath rest. So I try not to do my work at least one day a week to give my brain time to readjust to, I don't know if I'm still on or not. There it goes. Okay. To give my brain time to like be fallow for a while and just rest. And usually I come up with really, really good ideas during that time, but I don't write them down because I'm resting. But I have to trust that when I come back, because I'm rested, they'll be really good again and I won't lose them. So that means that every Sunday I take off as well. So I need to be done by the 23rd. And then I take away every Sunday so that I don't work on Sunday for the story writing. That's my limit. I don't do story writing. I might do some other things, but I don't do the story writing. But so it cuts down the time I do have. And then you get Thanksgiving in there, and I'm not going to be writing Thanksgiving. I probably won't write Black Friday. The Saturday after Thanksgiving, my family typically has what we call a game-a-thon, where we play games all day long. Everybody puts 2 games on a piece of paper and puts it into a hat, and then we draw them out and we play until we're exhausted. And it's really fun. I highly recommend it, especially if you get to use cool dice. But so I probably won't write it all that day either. So there's 3 days that I won't have. So right now I'm sitting at about 24,000 words, I think, 24,000 words. So I'm doing okay. If this was nano, I'd be almost on target. I'm a little bit behind if it was nano, but because it's double nano, but in 3 times the length, I think I'll make it. I think I'll be okay. But so that's what I have going on so far. But also next Saturday, I am doing my first live appearance appearance. That sounds more than okay. Well, thanks. Um, I am actually going to be on a panel at my local library um, for a panel for mystery writers. If you've been with me for a while, then you know that last year I went to this event, and it's a mystery and thriller luncheon is what it was called. I paid to go as just somebody eating lunch and hanging out and listening to authors because I wanted to kind of network and I wanted to try to meet some people. I do have a couple writer friends, but they don't write in the same genre as I do. So I'm really looking for more writer friends to connect with online or in person, so that, we can bounce ideas off each other. We can support each other through newsletters, all those kind of things. So I was looking for that there. And it was a big, I don't know, it was weird. It was a big blessing to me because its theme was Clue. And Clue is like something my family loves. Not so much the game, but the Tim Curry movie. We love Clue. We can quote it. Probably if you dared me and like, I could probably start at the beginning. You just have to give me a prompt. And with me and my sister, we could probably do the whole movie, just talking back and forth. But so it was Clue themed. So that made me feel a lot more comfortable. I'm very, very shy and very introverted. I really want to talk to people and get to know people, but I'm very timid. So going at all, especially going by myself, was a big challenge. But I came armed with a notebook to take notes and with business cards to hand out. By now, she was dead. Yes. Yes. Is that the quote from Tailed? I think that might be the quote, the quote from Tailed. Because I know in Tailed, I dedicate the book to Mr. Body, which is good night. Thank you for coming to hang out. Don't forget to email me so I could send you your stuff. But thank you so much. My brain just shut off because my phone is going off here. Let me just turn it off so that I don't have to see it, because if I see it, then it'll keep distracting me. What was I saying? Oh, I know that I dedicated a Penny Nicols to Mr. Body or Wadsworth, and I think that's Tailed. And I think I might have written because I quote people by now she was dead. I think that was the quote. But yeah, I love Clue. So that really calmed me down and gave me a little bit more confidence because I had something to talk about with people. We got to talk about. I even accidentally sat at the Mrs. Peacock table, which she's one of my favorites, and Mrs. White was already taken, but Mrs. Peacock and Mrs. White are my favorites. So I sat there and then I listened to everything. I did the best I could to network. I did the best I could to just. I don't know about my other writer friends out there, but still it's a little bit hard for me to introduce myself as a writer. I mean, I don't go, hi, I'm Sarah and I'm a writer, but when just talking to people and they're talking about what they do and, books they like, it's hard for me to go, oh yeah, well, have you, heard of this book series, this amazing author named Sarah Holiday? But I did that a little bit. It was really uncomfortable, but I did it a little bit. And then at the end of the night, I left my card on the table for the librarian. And then they contacted me and said, we're doing local authors this year for our mystery theater 3000. No, for our mystery thriller luncheon. And if I could come. So I'm really excited, but I'm super nervous because I have to give a little tiny, just like get to know you speech. And you guys know, I'm sitting here just talking to myself in a camera with you guys on the side, and I get to talk to you guys when you make comments, but I don't have to see your faces, although I would love to. I don't have to see you watching me. I don't see you watching me, and I'm still this nervous and still this bumbling. So it will be interesting. I've written a speech and everything. I practice the speech every day. The last couple days, I've read the speech to my sister over video and try to make it better and better. I'm trying to memorize it as best I can, but I know in my heart of hearts, even when I memorize it, when I show up, my brain will just go, do this. and then I'll just do that and hope it goes okay and hope I don't make a complete mess of myself. But that's a really huge opportunity, and I'm really honored to get to do it. I feel very what is the right word? I don't feel like an imposter. Yeah, you cheer me on. Well, I'll just remember that. I'll be like, yeah, she's here cheering me on. Thank you. But yeah. So where did you live in California? Because maybe we were like neighbors. Because I told you last live, my sister moved from California to Idaho. And she's up there. I think we determined she's like 30 minutes from you. But yeah. So I'm really honored. I feel inferior to my other the other people on the panel. There's 3 other people on the panel. I don't feel like an imposter because after 20 stories, I've earned it a little bit. At least that's what I can tell myself when I start feeling like an imposter. I'm like, I might not be the best writer. Oh, okay. Yeah. Know where all those places are. Been to all of those. Awesome. But yeah, I'm having a little bit of a hard time feeling inferior. I feel like I'm just going to be meandering Sarah, and I'm going to look like a lunatic standing up there, and not in a good way, not in a medical way, in just you're a complete loser kind of way. I don't know how else to describe it. I have an outfit picked out. I know how I'm going to do my hair, and I know I do have to plan that because I'm not good at those kinds of things. Those things are really hard for me to do, to think about what my outfit's going to look like. Excuse me. To plan ahead, to figure out what matches, to figure out what will look good while I'm talking or standing out in front of everybody. Those are hard for me. So I've got those solidified. So that gives me a little bit of peace. And then I'm working on my speech, which gives me a little bit of peace. But I'm terrified to eat because it is a luncheon. And if it's like the last time, I know we eat beforehand. I am bringing a scarf for just in case I spill on myself so that I can cover it up, because I will spill on myself. I didn't last time. And part of my personality, I have to remember this about me and make it okay in my own heart, is I do like to make other people feel comfortable, even if that means exposing my weirdness first. So if I do spill on myself and I put my scarf on and I make it a joke, and it's fine because I'm sure somebody else there was feeling nervous and spilled on themselves too. And now I have a buddy, a clumsy buddy. But I'm super nervous. I'm super nervous that I'm going to be up there and, won't be able to keep myself together because I'll just be meandering like crazy. So anyway, so we're about halfway through through the live. I'm excited. You guys are still here. For the t-shirt giveaway, all you need to do is email me your receipt from wherever you bought the book. And my email is scrolling at the bottom right now, and you get entered into that, and I'll pick a winner on the 25th of October. So if you're watching this after the 25th, sorry about that. If you're watching it now, if you're watching it before the 25th, make sure you're a subscriber for me, because I am trying to get to 1,000 subscribers as soon as possible. No, like right now, today. No, I am trying to shoot for it for the beginning of the year, like to have it by the end of January, but we'll see. I'm not too stressed out about it, but I would appreciate subscriptions. That would help me a lot. Because the more subscribers I get, the more audiobooks I can put on here. And I love sharing my audiobooks. I think I have some really awesome narrators. I got another Penny book finally narrated. I got Tale narrated. Was that last month? I was so happy that my narrator was available. It's been almost a year, almost 2 years, I think, since she narrated Crushed. And so I had to reach out to her, and I'm like, are you still doing this? Because my honeypot mystery lady, she stopped narrating and I didn't know what to do because I didn't want to replace her with somebody else. Sorry, now I have the hiccups with somebody else, but I still wanted those books on audio. So I reached out and thankfully she was still available. Hopefully I'll do another one, at least one this next year, but it all depends on life and circumstances and all the stuff we've got going on. So one of the things my sister and I are doing is we're planning like an imaginary vacation, one that we really hope will happen someday just for fun. But we're not necessarily like, we don't have a date that this is. I do have, thank you. I'm glad you like my audiobook readers. I love them. They're great ladies too. They're very kind, which is amazing to me to be able to find so many kind people. I don't know why I expect people not to be kind. I expect that I annoy people. And so for people not to be annoyed by me, or at least to be kind to me, even if I do, it just blows my mind. I expect for me to be the problem, I guess. I don't know. Maybe that's probably telling a lot. Just like my bubbles, where I had no bubbles. I have no dreams. I've given them all up. What was I saying? Yeah, now I can't remember what I was saying. That happens. That's what I'm scared of that will happen on at the library, is that I have no bubbles. Vacation, thank you. So we're planning like a vacation that we don't have a date for. We're just planning for fun. So if you were going to do a vacation that was like your dream vacation just for fun, I'm like, and I wouldn't even say this is my dream vacation. It's just a silly vacation that would be no stress and would just be something for kind of like my teenager heart to just go do and be silly. What would be like a silly vacation that you would have? Like, where would you go? So my silly vacation is really silly, and I'm not sure I should share it just in case my sister doesn't want me to share it. But so my silly vacation is based on a very silly book series. And I would go to where this book series is and hang out at this place just to be silly. But it sounds like so much fun because it would be so relaxing. That's something I'm thinking about doing after my kiddo graduates. That's something I could do because I'm not having to school. Even though schooling is great and I love it, it takes a lot out of you. It takes a lot out of you. So, oh my goodness, what else do I have to talk about? I have this huge list of stuff to talk about with you guys. And I don't remember. Oh, I was going to talk to you guys about what are you guys reading right now? Besides Ruled. I'm just going to assume you guys are all reading it. But my voice went out again. But recently I've been reading a lot of different kind of books. So it's like procedural mystery called Murder in Thrall. Murder in Thrall, because I met its author, Anne Cleveland. I want to say Cleveland. I'm probably wrong. I should have had the book right here by me. But I met her at the mystery luncheon and she gave me her book. You'd have to think about the vacation. Yeah. She gave me her book. So I'm reading it so I can discuss it with her if I get to see her again, which I'm really excited to have that opportunity. But it's a procedural, a British detective procedural. It's really fun, but it's got a lot more steam in it than I'm used to. And so I have to skip some pages because they shock me. Like, it's not like I'm like, oh, shocking, but it pulls me out of the story too much. And I really want to get onto the mystery. So I'm reading that one currently. I'm also reading a book called No Parm, No Foul. And I should have had this one in front of me too. Maybe it's on my phone. Let me look for it. It's the second book in the grilled cheese mystery, cozy mystery series. Let's see if I can find it. without turning on what I was listening to on YouTube. I've also been listening to, what is this vacation? The Matchmaker's Lonely Heart by Nancy Campbell Allen. Oh, how cool is that? I'm going to write that down. Yes, old school wise. I could just take a picture, but then I would lose it in my phone. Lonely Heart, Nancy Campbell. Thank you, Melanie. You've heard of the Parn book? Yeah. Let me see who wrote it. I've been listening to a lot of true crime, so I want to make sure I'm not accidentally turning that on right in the speaker. But it's the second in the grilled cheese mystery by Linda Riley. I'm all blind. I gotta go here. By Linda Riley. That's the person who writes No Parm, No Foul. It's pretty cute. It takes place during Halloween, so it's a good seasonal read. I really like it. It's fun. And then I read a book which is not normally my speed, so I'm just gonna say that right out loud. It's what I would say is a cozy horror, 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 scary book. And it's called Bless Your Heart. Who read that one? Who wrote that one? Lindy something. Lindy Ryan. It's called Bless Your Heart. And it's like it's about like 4 generations of Southern women in a family who are like taking out sort of zombie creatures. It's much more graphic than I usually read, but it was hilarious. I laughed out loud, and I'm not even sure what was funny. I think it was the charmingness of the main characters mixed with the zombies that made it really funny, but it is so not the kind of book I normally read. It did give me nightmares. I did have nightmares one night about it. But it was a really fun read, and I was really excited to read it. Like I said, it's much more gruesome than what I normally read, and I'm not even sure I'll go to the second one in the series of that one. The grilled cheese one I'll probably read some more of, but that series I probably won't continue because now I know it's going to be dark. But there were a couple of characters that I want to see what happens to them, so she might have trapped me. I might have to read the next one just to see what happened to these characters. Don't you love when a book does that? I love when books do that. I know there's a new Misfortune out, but it's not to audiobook yet, I don't think. When it comes to audio, I'll get that one. And then Angie Fox, I think, has one coming out later this year for her Southern Spirit series. Southern Ghost Hunter series. But yeah, but that's what I've been reading recently. That and a lot of Agatha Christie. That, and I had like one of the sweetest things happen to me this last week. So I teach at a co-op for homeschoolers. So they're high school age, and I teach how to write cozy mysteries. And I have them write like a novella, like a 13 chapter novella. And I take them through the beats, and we fit like certain amount of beats in each chapter. And I teach them how to come up with the idea. I teach them how to come up with the log line, the like little, think of it as like the Amazon, the Netflix description. And I teach them how to come up with the blurb, like the back cover description. I teach them how to do that. I teach them how to make red herrings and form their clues and figure out what would happen if a death happened. Well, like one of my favorite classes to teach them is we draw our crime scenes out, and we discuss what kind of clues would be left behind. And it's always, their eyes always bug out that their teacher will talk to them about gross things. Because we'll talk about, like if this person is bludgeoned in this room, it's going to be a lot harder to clean up because you're going to find, even if they clean it up, you're going to find bits of stuff all over the place. And we go into more graphic detail. But I teach that to my high school students. And last year I didn't get to teach it. There wasn't enough interest last year. This year I'm teaching it. But the year before that and the year before that, I taught it. And I had this really, all my students are super sweet and super amazing. But one of my students at the end of the school year came up and said, Miss Sarah, when I do write more. Will you read my writing for me? And I said, of course I will, honey. No big deal. I'd love to. It would mean a lot to me. So he finally gave me his manuscript. Let me show you this thing. I am so excited. This will be what I'm reading for a while. After I finish Murder and Thrall, this is what I'm going to be reading. Look at this. Look at this kid. Isn't that amazing? It's 158 pages that I found. I'm not going to show you the title. I think I already did, but so I don't want to share his work with anybody else. But I was so touched and honored that I get to read one of these, that he went home and in his own time, he wrote this massive book. Because that's like 11 size font, and it's only one-sided, but it's 150. Is that the coolest? I am so touched that he's letting me read it, and I'm so excited to dive into it. He wants notes on it, and anything I can give him to help him out, and I will do my very my very best to help him out. But I was just so touched. So that's what I'll be reading when I'm not writing because I have my writing challenge happening. But yeah, I really love teaching these kids. It's a lot of fun to do this class with all these kids. There's the class I have this year. They were like I said, all my kids are awesome. Oh, Sunset House, Ellie Jordan, Ghost Trapper, book 18. It's a little dark and spooky. Okay, I will write it down too. You should see all these notes I have right in front of me. Ghost Trapper. That sounds like fun. And it sounds like I have 18 books to catch up with you. So, yeah, all my kids are awesome. I love all my students. I've taught over 40 of them, I think now. And the class I have now is really small and intimate, which is really cool because I've taught classes, and these are homeschool co-ops. So they're not the same as a public school classroom, but like 12 students for a homeschool co-op is a lot in our area. And I've taught classes of 20. And so that's a lot, but for me. But yeah, and that's 20 novellas I read at the end of the year, all mysteries. And but this year I have a very small, intimate class, which I really like. I know, I feel so touched. I don't think I inspired them to write it, but I'm just touched that they're letting me see it. Will I continue to teach the cozy class once my youngest is gone? I don't know. The class I have this year is really small. And so I think they'd want me to take a break from the cozy class because there doesn't seem to be as much interest in it, because like my first two classes were huge classes. And then I had a year where there wasn't enough interest. And then this year there's only a little bit of interest. But I am considering recording videos and teaching it online, and like maybe having a group online and like doing some Zoom calls with them and then having them watch videos of me explaining stuff to them. I am considering doing that, but I don't know how helpful that would be. You think so? Maybe I could. Maybe. I'm considering it. I'm considering teaching on Teachable or something like that. But when they're gone, when she's done at the co-op, I don't know. I don't know if they would want me, and I don't know how easy, I mean, this sounds weird, but, or Skillshare. Yeah, that'd be a good idea too. I don't know how easy it would be to motivate myself to put my whole heart in the class if I'm going alone. I don't know. That's a good question. If they ask me to, I would consider it, is what I would say. But if they don't want me, I understand, because I'm sure there's other people who want to teach other writing courses. I know for my son's first year at the same co-op, they had like an adventure novel in a year, and he took that class. And then the next year there was the adventure novel again. And then I taught the mystery class, and I've done the mystery class for 2 years. And then 1 year it wasn't wanted, and now it's 3. So it's the third year. But then I also have students that I mentor one-on-one through Zoom, or through actually like StreamYard, like I'm doing right now. I meet them one-on-one, and they give me their idea, and I'm basically an accountability buddy. Yeah, it may be the time and season to switch location. Maybe I think you're probably right. You're probably right. So I'm looking into that, but I haven't decided yet. I do have like a homeschooler blog that I could um use to help market it. Like I could have it on there if I wanted to do that, and have them I've already made a PDF for my class that I could totally give out um, for other students. And on the PDF, I've already done like 7 videos. They're not any good. I'd have to go back and redo them, but they were just like practice to see if I could do them, because that's how I work. I dare myself, and then I do it, and then I go back and make it better. But they have like they have this little like YouTube logo, and then you push the YouTube logo on the PDF, and it takes you to the video. So like if you're reading it on an e-reader and you click it, it just takes you to a video of me that's like unlisted. So that way, that would be an easy way to do it for now. And then I could charge for the book. And then if people wanted coaching on top of that, maybe I could do that. I don't know. That's a good question. You got me thinking. But the kids I have right now, because I only have 4 kids, they must have been raised on story, because they know all like the beats, and they even know the names. Like when we're talking about tropes, they know the proper names for the tropes. When we're talking about themes, they know the names for the themes. So it's really fun to teach them, but I'm more of a coach than a teacher for them. So they already know what we're talking about. We discuss it. They ask me questions. I answer their questions, and then they write a little bit, and then we collaborate again. And that's really fun. It's different, but it's fun. So I'm not sure how many I think a different way to do it would be fun. Because I really like it. I really like, I know that when I was in high school, some of the ways I got through my classes was by writing stories. So even classes that weren't language arts, I would write during them, because the class itself were so boring. I would write my way through the class, and literally some of these classes I would hand the teacher the manuscript that I wrote that year in their class, and they would let me pass the class because I'd done so much work, even though it wasn't about the class. I'm sure that was to my detriment, but it worked. It helped me survive high school. It's okay. My dog and my daughter are out right now, so I'm just watching them walk past. But I've always liked to write. And when I was a kid, if I had a teacher, all my teachers were encouraging to me about the writing. But if I had a teacher who could teach me how to write for what I'm writing now, like writing stories instead of just essays, and read my work for me, that would have been amazing. That would have been amazing. So yeah, for nice teachers which way do you mean it? Do you mean it sarcastically, or do you mean it literally, like they were nice to let me pass, or nice job teachers? They should have taught me what I needed to know. But if I had a teacher like me, not me, but like me, to cheer me on and to help me actually form a story, that would have been amazing. So being able to be that for somebody else really, really makes me happy. Really, really makes me happy. So yeah, maybe it's time to think of a new way to do that. Oh, that's so cool. Um, yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know. I always second guess myself. I'm like, am I worth paying for? Because I don't know. I don't know. But thank you. I will look into it. I will definitely look into it. Okay, let's see if we can find another one that's not. Um, okay, so this one is called Yes, yes. Okay. This one is called Empty Inside. And I didn't even have it marked. So um I'm hoping it's okay because I purposely went through the book and took out ones that might be steamy in nature because there are some that are related to that side of life and I thought that we would avoid those. So let's see if I chose one because this one's about donuts and I love me some donuts. So let's read this one. Some days everything seems to go your way. Traffic seems to clear a path for you on your way to work. Your boss takes the day off. You win the office pool. And you're all the happier because each new bit of luck comes as a pleasant surprise. Of course, there's another side to the unexpected as well. All it takes is a run in your stocking or a stain in your favorite tie to bring you right back down to grim reality. Good or bad, it's the little surprises that keep life interesting. Here we go. Donuts. You go to a local bakery and buy a jelly donut. But when you get home and take a bite, you discover it's missing one essential ingredient, the jelly. How do you react to this bit of bad luck? Okay, here we go. 1, you take the defective donut back to the shop and get a new one. 2, you say to yourself, these things happen and eat the empty donut as it is. 3, you eat something else. 4, you try filling the empty donut with something like maple syrup or jam to make it taste better. I'll read the answers again just in case. Because I know my voice is kind of going out. Let's see. You take the defective donut back to the shop and get a new one. You say to yourself, these things happen and eat the empty donut as it is. You eat something else, or you try filling the empty donut with something like maple syrup or jam to make it taste better. So 1, you take it back. 2, you eat it as it is. 3, you eat something else, or 4, you try to fill it up. Right? That's what I was thinking too, Melanie. 2 or 4, depending on how the pastry is done. Because if I start eating it at 2 and it's nasty, then I'm going to stick some whipped cream in it or something. Right? Especially if it already has the hole ready to receive the whipped cream. But if it's good, then I'll eat it like it is. Right? I don't know. I oscillate between 2 and 4. 4, but I'm afraid of the answer. Me too. Okay, so here has a joke first. What do you call a jelly donut without any jelly in it? A nasty surprise. Why is that funny? I don't think it's supposed to be funny. It was supposed to be ironic. Way to go, Sarah. And while we're on the subject of the unexpected, you may be surprised to hear that your response you chose for the scenario shows the role you play among your friends. 1, if you answered 1, take the defective donut back to the shop and get a new one. You're an orthodox thinker who isn't really easily thrown off guard by odd occurrences. You can be relied on not to panic when the unexpected happens, but you aren't the type to take command and lead the way. Rather, you tend to support the leader types with your clear judgment and cool-headed advice. Awesome. We all need people like that. 2, if you say to yourself, these things happen and eat the empty donut as it is, which was a lot of us, but it depends on the answer, right? You don't let surprises ruffle your feathers, accepting whatever hand the fates deal you. Your patience and flexibility make you incredibly easy to get along with, and it can be said you're the glue that holds your circle of friends together because you don't make a fuss over things. It sometimes seems that you fade into the background, but like air, you go unnoticed only until you're not around. That's pretty cool. 3, you eat something else. Quick to make decisions and quick to act. You're a natural leader in any group. You come into your own when things get out of hand and the situation calls for one person to take charge and decide a course of action. You don't hem and haw over where to go for dinner or what movie to see. The word indecision is not in your vocabulary. That air of confidence and the authority means that when you speak, the people around you listen. That's pretty cool too. We could all use some strong leaders. 4. So I oscillate between 2 and 4. You try filling the empty donut with something like maple syrup or jam to make it taste better. Your talent for coming up with innovative solutions makes you the undisputed idea generator in your clique. Awesome. Everyone has common sense, but you have a knack for the uncommon sense that lets you see opportunities where people only see problems. Your creative instincts mean you run the risk of getting carried away with yourself and seeming eccentric from time to time. But people feel safe knowing that whatever may happen, you're sure to keep things interesting. That's awesome. That one was really good too. You see what other ones we've got in here. We probably have time for one more in a little bit. So let's see. Okay, the next one we'll do the next one. You liked that one? Which one's been your favorite one so far? So we've done the sky, the blue sky looking down. We've done the bubbles. What was the other one we did? The bats. Blue sky, bubbles, and bats. All bees. What was that? Beets, bears, and Battlestar Galactica. Or is it the other way around? And then we did the donut one. So 3 B's and a D. The bat one was pretty cool. It was unexpected. I thought that the bats would be something, would be reflective of you, how you like the donuts and the bats. Yeah, I like the donuts and the bats. I always like donuts and bats. If someone could make bat-shaped donuts, I'd like those too. Yeah, I was thinking, because I didn't get a dessert, like I was saying at the party at Riley's, because I was going to have dessert later this weekend, but I'm like, maybe I can convince my husband to bring me a donut on his way home from work as a congratulations, you finished your 20th mystery. Donuts, it's what you can remember. Yeah. I know with my very, very first book, to celebrate it, we went to Krispy Kreme and we went through the drive-thru to celebrate it, and we got a Krispy Kreme. And we did that for the first 3 books, I think. And then book 4 came and we just went down the street to like Yum Yums or something and got donuts. And then book 5 came, and I think my husband and I went out to dinner. And then after that, it's pretty much been mom doesn't cook dinner that night, which is lucky for everybody because I'm a horrible cook. Well, that has me asking a question for you guys since you're here. So I do have a lot of new series in my head, things I'm going to start doing. And I was wondering how many of you guys like to have recipes in your books, because I happen to be married to an award-winning chef. So I could get him to stir up some recipes for us to add into the back of books. So I was kind of thinking, I know for the Honeybot mystery series, I released 1 recipe, not in a book, but just to my newsletter group. And that was for crock-pot banana bread. But I'm like, I could probably have him for the Massage and Murder mystery series, because one of the main characters is a chef. I could probably have him make some recipes into like a miniature cookbook that I could give away. But then I'm also thinking I don't know how much I want to tell you guys, but I have 2 series coming up that are more food related than all my other series. So do you guys like having recipes in the back of your mysteries, or is it just okay? Or is it like something that you look for when you're buying your mysteries? That would be awesome. I think it'd be awesome. I think it'd be great. I think he's a really good cook. Like, he's a chef, so he's a really good cook, but he has a lot of creative ideas. And I think me being able, like, I keep looking away because I have hidden book covers over here for those series that I have over here to keep inspiring me to keep writing, because I need to write. There's certain books I want to get done before I touch those ones. And I really want to get to those ones. So they're encouraging me to keep going. But they'll be totally, oh, my chef is calling right now. Okay, I'm not going to answer in front of you, but I am going to ask him to think having a recipe that plays a part is cool, but I don't want to get around. Yeah, that's how I am too. I love knowing that the recipes are there. And so, like, if I wanted to have a thematic party, I could, like for that book series, but I never get around to making them. I know that I made, oh, it's not up here. For the Massage and Murder Mystery series, I made a protein coffee recipe because the main character drinks iced coffee all the time. So I made that recipe. But I was just wondering how much more I should do. Sorry to interrupt you guys. I'm just telling him I'm in my meeting because I told him not to call me before 8 because I'll be partying with you guys until then. But he'll get back to me. Hopefully everything's okay. If he calls again, then I might have to answer because that means there's an emergency. But he'd also call one of my kids. They'd come and tell me. But yes, I want to tell you guys everything I'm working on. It's really hard to keep it a secret because I have so many cool things. Like I even have stories written that I haven't that I have book covered and proofed and ready to go. And I'm just waiting because I'm like, no, I need to get this penny out first. I need to get this corky out first. I need to get this done because I don't want people to have to wait. I hate waiting myself, so I don't want to make you guys wait. But I have so many ideas. Like a hat that goes movie quotes. That's what I'm doing. Oh, thanks. So let's do one more. Let's do one more game, and then we'll probably call it a night. I'll do another roll and see if you guys can guess. Let's do that first. So I'm going to do my sixth one again with my little skeleton head in it. Oh, the skull. I love these. They're so cute. Guess what it's going to be. So 1 through 6. And we'll do another keychain. I'll let you guys guess that while I'm reading this, and then we'll roll. Then that way everybody's in. This one you're going to need a piece of paper and a pen for because it's going to have you draw something. So I'll roll first. And I got 4. I'll roll again. 5. Melanie. So go ahead and email me at sarah@sarahwalde.com and let me know that you want a keychain and I will send it your way. Awesome. Okay, so paper and a pen. Don't worry, you don't have to be extremely artistic, I don't think. Let's see. I've got my pen here. I'll give you guys a couple more minutes. I mean, I'm sitting at my desk, so it's got most of my supplies here. You guys could be, anywhere. Are you on a porch swing? You're welcome, Melanie. I'm so happy you're here. Thank you for being here. All right. Did it just get dark all of a sudden? What happened? Oh, I went in front of my ring light. Duh. There's my light without it. There's me blocking my ring light. Okay. All right. So are you ready to draw? The screen went black. Yeah. Is it better now? I'm like, did it kick me off? It doesn't say it kicked me off. Okay, good. I'm just going to type in it. All right. So you've got your pen or your paper, your pencil. So let's go. When you look up into a star-filled sky at night, sometimes it's possible to lose yourself in the infinite depths of space. We may be aware of their vast distances from Earth, yet the stars still look like friendly messengers and grantors of dreams when we see them twinkling in the dark. As the hours grow late, it is a comfort to look up and have their distant power to draw upon. For this next game, you'll need a paper and pencil. Oh, good. Okay, you can see me now. Good. The first thing you need to do is draw 3 stars of different sizes. So I'm going to do that right now. So 3 stars of different sizes. Okay. Next, draw a comet's tail on one and only one of your stars. I don't know. That was hard for me to pick because I know it's going to mean something. It's hard for me to pick it. So I think it's going to have us. Do you guys all have your stars done and your comet tail done? Did you guys like playing these games? Should I do them more often? Maybe sprinkle one in. This one was a bigger party because it's the 20th book. So I decided to go a little bit longer, but normally I'm only an hour, so I could sprinkle 1 or 2 of these in if you guys like them. Okay, so here we go with our stars. The stars combine a glittering image of the power to grant wishes and make dreams come true with a sense of distance and unattainability. Stars determine our present and give a hint of things to come. Your drawing illuminates your work life in general and your current career path in particular. The largest star you drew represents the job you hold now, its potential and its disappointments. If the difference in size between that star and the other 2 is not very great, then it signifies dissatisfaction or at least disinterest in your career, a willingness to shop around and keep your options open. Watch for an unexpected call from a headhunter. They have ways of finding these things out. On the other hand, if your job star is much larger than your others, it indicates you're deeply absorbed and committed to your current path. Your concern should not be to fall into the trap of workaholism. All work and no play is no way to live. So my star was pretty big, compared to the rest of them. Okay, so 2. In cultures throughout history and around the world, comets have been seen as the harbingers of disaster and cataclysmic change. The star that you gave a comet's tail to represents trouble looming on the horizon. Well, this one's more like a fortune cookie. If it's on the one of the smaller stars, you're in luck. The heavens have overlooked you for now. But if your largest star is a comet, it might be a good time for you to bring your resume up to date. The stars never lie. Mine was on the teeniest one. I had put my comment on the tail on the tiniest one just because I thought it would look cute. I'm not sure if I'm playing the game right. So your career star is either bigger, is it way bigger than your other stars, or is it just the same size? Uh-oh, did you put it on the big one? You can't count on this. Oh, goodness. Yeah, so mine was on the tiny one, but just because I thought it was cute, not because I was paying attention. So, those were fun. Yes. Oh no. Oh no. So there's this one. Let's see how we say it. It's Cocology, and that's book 1. And then there's a whole other book that I haven't even opened for today. And I found there's a whole bunch of them online too. Like you could write in free Cocology or whatever, Cocology tests, and there's free ones that you can do that are just online for fun to do. I think they're fun. They're interesting in that they spur on conversation. They give you something to talk about. I don't buy into some of the future stuff, but that's just me. But I thought it was fun to do with Penny, especially. And I'm so thrilled you guys have been here. Thank you guys for just coming and hanging out, but being encouraging and uplifting and liking Penny. And it means so much. I mean, 20 books. I cannot tell you how many times I've wanted to give up along the way. And it's people like you who really helped me keep going. And I just thank you so, so much. I can't even tell you. I was just, every time I come on here, every time I make a video or especially a live like this, I'm always like, no one's going to show up. And you guys have blown my mind. And I'm so thankful. Yes, 20 books. Yay. I'm so thankful for you guys. And every time, I know that this might not hit people the way I intended to, but I pray for all my readers because you're worth it. And because I love you guys. Thank you. Yes, to 20 more. Here's to 20 more. I hope. Um, I'm not very, very young, but I think I'm still young enough that I could do another 20. My goal, my private goal is to have 50 at 50. And that's a lot of work. I've got to make 30 more in 5 years. I don't think that's going to happen. So maybe 50 at 55. That might be a goal. Because I've been publishing now, my mysteries, I've been publishing since, I think, 2018. So 6 years. 6 years of publishing mysteries. So, yeah, I'm not going to hit 50 at 50, but maybe 50 at 55. That might be a better goal. Or even 55 at 55 would be a better goal. I could probably do that. I could probably get that done. I've got a lot of ideas. Yeah, with some of my books ready to go, I might make it. I do have some ready to go. I think the one I'm currently writing is number 23, I think. And then if I do finish my challenge, then I'll be up to 25 written. So I might make it. I can do it. Thank you guys so much. You got this. You guys are the best. Thank you so much for being here. 50 at 50. Okay, I'm going to write that down. 50 at 50. It's going to go on my little goal chart, and we'll see. We'll see how we'll Price is Right it. See if I can hit it, but not go what is it? You can't go over it or under it or whatever. We'll see. Thank you guys so much for being here. I'm going to sign off. My voice is going out. I'm sure you can tell. And I got to ask my husband to get me a donut. Thank you guys. I love you. I'm praying for you. I'm cheering you on. If you need anything, if you need any specific prayer requests, you can always email me. It's right there on the screen. And I will be happy to pray for you. I'll be happy to cheer you on if there's anything you want me to know, and just to send you good thoughts and hugs from afar. I can do that. You guys are so important to me, and I just praise God for you. Thank you so much. You guys have a good night. God bless, and stay cozy. Bye.